Good morning, you guys. Happy Sunday. This word is very impromptu. Hopefully, y'all can hear me. I'm working on my stuff, but the Lord is telling me to release this word for someone. I was just, anticipating on coming back on the 15th, like He originally said. But like I said, over the years, guys, it's good to have an ear to hear what God said, what He's saying, and what He will say. So the Lord is telling me to release these words for someone. He is saying that the promise still stands. I'm not sure who this is and what this will mean for you, but the Lord said the promise still stands. Like, there is nothing that you could do or whatever you have done that could block this promise. Like, God's saying the promise still stands. It don't matter how long ago He gave that to you. It doesn't matter what happened between that time and this time. You are on the path and will of the Lord. You are trusting the Lord. You are holding on to Him. That promise still stands. Abraham had to hold on to the promises of God for years. Joseph had to hold on to the promises of God for years. There's different people in the Bible that had to hold on to the promises of God for years, you guys. And it doesn't matter if God gave you that promise this morning, if it was years ago. What God said shall surely come to pass. And the Lord is saying that the promise still stands. And the Lord said, release that, Rakera. So I literally stopped what I'm doing in my notebook and everything. And He said, the promise still stands. He is saying the promise still stands. And I'm going to also release, the Lord had gave me some downloads. I want to release this to you guys too, but I'm trying to hear if He want me to give it to you guys today or on the 15th. Okay, He's saying release it now. So He's been downloading a lot to me for you guys, but the two main ones that I'm feeling led to share is that you have been processed for this promise. Like many of you that have gone, it was that one, and it's the blessings of God come in different forms. But let me give you guys, because I'm not going to make this video long, the process for this promise. The Lord has been saying that to me for years and everything, but He's been saying it more even like a greater emphasis on it over the months and weeks and everything, and even over the days. But the Lord is saying that for someone specifically also. He said that you are processed for this promise. And I was looking up those different definitions, although I know what they mean. I'm going to tell you guys, excuse me guys, about this music. I just have to give y'all this word. I'm going to give you guys this. Let me go, because I didn't even know I was going to do this video. So I want to give you guys, let me see which page I wrote it on, though. Y'all bear with me a second. Okay, so he was saying that you have been processed for this promise, and that the pressure has processed you for this promise. Like all of the pressure and everything, the pressure and everything that you've gone through has basically processed you for the promise that you are currently inhabiting or getting ready to inhabit. And pressure deals with press, push, influence, coerce, force, squeeze, prod, strong arm, and different things. And the pressure could be just different things in life, different trials, different seasons of life that you've gone through, just different things that have helped develop you more into the character of Christ, or just different things that have developed you more into God or whatever. And process is dealing with different things. It's performing a series of mechanical or chemical operations on something in order to change or preserve it. And process, you can look at it like as far as food that's processed, or certain things, like even like, okay, he just showed me like an analogy of a warehouse. So that's like different things that are in a warehouse go through different processes. They go through different departments, and they go through a different series of different things. And of course, process could deal with other things like synonyms, but for many of you that have been processed, you've been tested, you've been tried, you've endured, you've weathered the storm and different things. And the pressure, instead of allowing the pressure to break you down, it was building you in Christ. Now it is time for your promise. And it's not saying that God had to have you to go through pressure or process just to receive a promise. But like I've been saying for years, guys, there are certain things so there are certain seasons that we have to go through in order to connect to other doors or other seasons. And it may be comfortable, and sometimes it may not be comfortable, right? But promise is a declaration or assurance that one will do a particular thing, or that a particular thing will happen. Promise also deals with bond, undertaking, agreement, commitment, covenant, word of honor, word, assurance, pledge, vow, guarantee, oath, contract. It is also the quality of potential, excellence, potential, ability, capability, capacity, potentially talent, flair. It is an indication that something specified is expected or likely to occur. Indication, hint, or sign. It is also assure someone that one will definitely do give or arrange something, undertake or declare that something will happen. It is a swear, a pledge, a vow, undertake, guarantee, assurance, assure, contract, engage. And then also with process, it deals with to see to, sort out, handle, take care of, and action. And the Lord is saying that for someone, like I said, you guys, he said that you have been processed for this promise. This pressure has processed you for this promise. And that is a separate word from the promise still stands, because I feel like that is a word of encouragement for someone that's like, Lord, when is it going to pass, or is it still going to come to pass, or did I disqualify myself? And God say, no, the promise still stands. Everything that he promised you still stands. It's still going to come to pass. Whatever happened between now and then, as you just continue to like remain on the Lord's side and trust him, the Lord is saying that the promise, he's saying that the promise still stands, you guys. That's just like this right here. Like, even though the wind is moving and different things are happening, I don't know if y'all could see that, but I feel like to put the camera on it like that. Even though the wind is moving and different things are happening, the Lord is saying that the promise still stands, you guys. The promise still stands. The promise still stands. The promise still stands. The promise still stands. The promise still stands, you guys. So I want to leave that there. And you know, the other one that the Lord had gave me for someone, he was also saying, you know, that blessings, we talked about this before, but he had gave it to me like in a new way this morning. He was saying like how you know, like the blessings of God they come in different forms. Like the blessings of God come in different forms. It could be in the form of a heartache or a heartbreak or a job shift or a new position or a different season or thing that you know, you have gone through or are going through. Guys, let me put this phone down. That'll be easier for me. Sorry, you guys. But yeah, like some people, it's like what was like seemed like a heartbreak for them, or it would seem like a hard time for them, or it seemed like, God, why did you allow me to go through that? It actually, that season probably was painful for you, and God didn't disqualify that pain. And it's not saying that that pain wasn't real and it didn't matter to him, but maybe that pain pushed you closer to God. Maybe that pain caused you to leave a bad relationship so that you can get something better. Maybe it pushed you to be closer to God, or to trust him, or to know God on a deeper level, to experience his love. You know, you know, some people, they go through different things, and it's like what looked, just like Joseph, like what looked is so horrible for him, or just different people in the Bible, or even some of you. You know, all of us go through things in life, but what looked is so horrible and felt like, you know, like it would never get better, or why did I have to go through this? That will unlock something beautiful. Like God literally will give you beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning. You know, so blessings come in different forms. Blessings are not always spiritual. Blessings are not always financial. God could bless you financially. God could bless you emotionally. God could bless you mentally. God could bless you in the form of a trial or a test. It may not feel or look like a blessing, but it could be a blessing. God could bless you in the form of lessons. God could bless you in the form of different things. It could be physical, it could be spiritual, it could be relationships, it could be emotional, it could be mental, it could be financial. It could just be different things. It may not, for some people, like, you're going to know that's a blessing. But then for others, it's going to be like, this don't feel like a blessing, but it is a blessing. It is a blessing from God, and you got to know that God's ways are the best ways. You know, God's paths are the best paths. And what makes it easier, you guys, is when we don't buck up against him. Like, you know, it's not good to kick against the pricks. You know, Apostle Paul had to be humble. We did a series on him, so I'm not getting into it this morning, but he had to be humble. The Lord had literally knocked him off that donkey or that horse, whatever he was on, when he went on that Damascus Road experience. And he yielded, but before that he wasn't yielding, because he was zealous for the Lord and really big into like his religion and the law and everything. And nothing is wrong with that, but it's wrong when it opposes the Lord. You know, and the Lord had blinded him and knocked him off that horse. And he was like, this is in the book of Acts. We did an Acts series, and we've read mostly all the epistles from Apostle Paul, the different churches and things that he established and things like that. But like, he was like, when the Lord had knocked him off that horse, and then he was blinded, and he was like, you know, the Lord was like, Saul, Saul. And then he was like, who are you, Lord? And then the Lord had revealed himself to him in that way. And he was like, you know, why are you persecuting me? Because he was persecuting the Christians, so he was persecuting the Lord. You know, it's because if you think about it, people that persecute Christians or persecute us, they're not persecuting us, they're persecuting Christ. So the Lord always stand up for his people. That's going to be eternally in this life. Evil will never get away, but the Lord used him mightily. We did a series on him, but basically that just came to my mind. Like, it would be easier for you to just obey God. And we all go through times and seasons where we know what it is to obey quickly. We know what it is to not obey. We know what it is to obey, but it took a minute. But as you grow and mature in the Lord, you will find that it is easier to just obey him. And when you fall, get back up. But the Lord is saying that for someone. I want you guys to think about this, to be open to the way that God shows you his blessings. Like, think about ways that you can be grateful to God. It's not taken away from what you're dealing with. We all go through things in this life. We are in a fallen world. But you need to look at, okay, God, is what I'm going through a result of me, my sin, my rebellion, me not following your presence, me not following your word, me not following your will, me not following your way? Am I in the old season, or is what I'm going through a part of your plan and purpose for my life? Is it a part of the destiny that you have for me? Is it a part of the what you have for others concerning me? I want you guys to really, think about that. Is this an attack? Is it you, or is it God? And also I want to say this before I close. Pay attention to your dreams. We talked about this multiple times before. I posted this on my Instagram this morning. Even after having a dream, the Lord had me release this word on my Instagram, and I did. But I'm not going to get into details with it on here, but because I didn't share the dream, I just was sharing as he was putting as I had got up or whatever. But the Lord is saying that for somebody. Pay attention to your dreams. If the dream is of you, if it's of the enemy, or if it's of the Lord, because something is being conveyed in that dream to you, and you need to take heed so you can know what to bind and rebuke and renounce, and so that you can know what to agree with. The spiritual realm does not rest. Even when we're physically resting, our spirit mans don't rest. There will be no rest when we go to heaven. There will be no rest for those people that are being held for eternity. Eternity is forever. So you need to be mindful of what God is showing you in visions, whether you're sleeping or awake. You need to be mindful of your dreams. Also, the Lord was saying in this context, what's going on with this? Okay, my computer, I need to go back to this. Also, he was saying to me in this context, your dreams, like your goals, your visions, your dreams, your long-term, short-term goals, the God desires that he's putting you. There's a lot of people, guys, we talked about this before, but there's a lot of people that died with those dreams in them. They did not share their gifts and talents and dreams, and they died with it, and you don't want that to be you, whether that's a physical death or God rapture you up. So, we have a lot of videos on here talking about those different things and just practical ways and spiritual ways that you can move in it. And that was another thing too. The Lord just reminded me of that pink band. Move in the direction that the Lord is telling you to move in, the best way that you can. Follow his will. Like, okay, let me give you a quick example, and then I'm gonna close. I don't mean to rush you guys, but I really didn't know I was gonna do this video today. I felt it in my spirit, but I just didn't know. Let's say, for example, I'll give you guys this example. The Lord is showing you a garden, but he's showing you the harvest of that garden. He's showing you the harvest of it. He's showing you the finished product of it. Yes, you do need to pray, and you do need to have faith, and you do need to bless God for the harvest and the blessings in that garden that he have for you. But that garden and the fruits there that he have for you are not just for you. There may be some seeds that God himself have to plant, yes, but then God may be also asking you to plant some seeds as well, you guys. And that could be going to sow certain seed for your harvest. And that seed could be anything. It could be spiritual. It could be your gifts and talents. It could be physical. It could be financial. It could be anything. Like, you can't just, okay, this is what I just saw for someone. The Lord bless you with a bag of seed. You do have faith that God is going to cause this garden to come to pass. You do have faith that God is going to be God and do this. You do have faith that he's going to do it. But the Bible says in James that faith without works is dead. And we have videos talking about that too. So you have to apply your faith in the word. Some of you sitting on the seed forms and the things that God have put in you. And the Lord is saying you got to stop doing that. He is saying the seeds that he gave you, you got to water them seeds. You got to activate them seeds, cultivate them seeds. Some of you need to start sowing what God gave you. And that seed could be music. It could be writing. It could be ministry. And ministry is not just tied to just being inside of a building. Ministry is in different ways. There's people that are hairdressers, and that's their ministry, helping women to feel beautiful, and people in barbering and men barbering, and they help people with their self-esteem, and they can just share the gospel that way or feel the love of God that way. Some people, it could be the homeless ministry. Some people, it could be car detailing. Some people, it could be technology. It could be through a book or a poem or something that God gave you. Some people, it could be a 30-second word or 20-second word that God gave you. It could be a sermon. It could be a song. God speak and move through different ways. You know, none of the disciples was the same. They were different in their own way, but they all honor and glorify and magnify the Lord. And that's what it's about, Christ. As long as Christ is the center and focus and the glory goes back to him, that is ministry. That is ministry. So I really want to encourage someone with that today. Don't look at ministry like how you think ministry is or how religion has taught you to have ministry. You need to use and work the ministry that God has given you, whether I said it or not. There's someone on here, the Lord has put it in your spirit to create bags and bless people with those bags. And it could be bags filled with different things. It could be a business, but it could also be a ministry. Even business is ministry because it's kingdom business. So the Lord is telling me to close, but I pray that whoever I did this video for, you guys was encouraged and blessed. And to God be the glory, and y'all have a good day and a great week. I'll see you guys back in the next video.